welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the final part of my everything I've ever coloured, including whips, so that's works in progress, basically pictures I've started and not finished. I'm also going to be including my illustrations that I've done from the How to Draw Inky Wonderlands by JOHANNA BASFORD. Now, if you've seen previous parts of this series, I will include a link to the playlist up in the top corner. But basically, there's 5 earlier parts to this Everything I've Ever Coloured series, so check them out up there. But basically, when I showed this book previously, I just showed the coloured pictures. Well, picture, I've done 1 page in it, but not the illustrations. What I will do though is I will do these last, so if you're not interested, if you're only here for the coloured pages and not the illustrations, then you don't have to, you know, you can bail early. But yeah, let's get started. Alrighty then, so I've got quite a wedge. Basically this final part, all the previous parts was from my books. These are all my, mostly it's from PDFs or photocopied pages, mostly PDFs, that I have printed out and coloured independently of their books. So this is the one that started them all. Actually, I think it goes that way. No, that way. This is the one that started it all. You will recognise it from JOHANNA BASFORD. It is from Secret Gardens. Now, this picture was of a PDF, and I remember it quite clearly. There was an article on the BBC website all talking about the fad of adult colouring, and it was an article interviewing JOHANNA. And I mean, she must have been, I don't think she was promoting Secret Garden, I think it might have been Enchanted Forest. She'd already done 1 book. And so they gave away some PDFs. So I thought, oh, alright, I'll try that. It's free. I'll just print it out. And it's just printed out on plain copy of paper. Now, obviously this gets the honourable mention because it's the first one I've ever did. This is what I coloured them with. So I didn't actually have any coloured pencils, literally. So I got them for free, and they're watercolour pencils. As you can see, there's only 10, so it wasn't even a full set of 12 pencils. And these were the only pencils or anything. I didn't have felt tips. I didn't have anything. These are the only thing with any colour that I owned. Even the tin's falling apart. Needless to say, nobody wanted these, which is why I ended up with them. But anyway, I coloured this page. I had no clue what I was doing. So as such, I'm super proud, because I didn't know about YouTube. I didn't know there was a colouring community. I didn't know about the Facebook groups. I literally, this is as newbie as you could get. And I think it took me about a year to do. As you can see where I've printed out, there's just a bit of edge there. I've scribbled in the corner. It's got creases on it. I took a year to do this. I had it on clipboard. And I think eventually I finished this about Christmas 2017. And I remember I started it in the summer, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't the summer of 2017. So yeah, it probably took me 18 months to do this. My very first picture ever. Yeah. Proud of that. So anyway, let me just, do you know what? I'm going to just move these. So this is another one that was from a PDF. It was from the 30 Days of Flowers thing that JOHANNA did when she was publicising her World of Flowers book coming. Basically the concept of it is that you can colour 1 of these little images a day. I did this all in glitter gel pens. And I finished it on the 23rd of February 2019. Now that's only half of it. I do have the second page here, which is whip. I kind of went off the grid a bit with this one. So the first one I did all in gel pens. This one, well, I've done that in like neon gel pens. I've done that in, I think I did that, because it's not alcohol marker, but it's bled through. So I think I did them with the Arteza brush pens. I did that with the Black Widows. I did that with, I think, maybe my Faber-Castell artist pens. I did that in Posca. I did that in alcohol marker. I did that in glitter pen. And I did that in liquid pearl effect. You know, like it's a bit like the stickle stuff, but it's not. It's pearl effect. So yeah, I went a bit, I had this vision that I would do each one in different things, and I think I basically just run out of things. I could do watercolour on one of them, but I suppose there's no harm in doubling up. So eventually I will get back to finishing this, or I may even do it in the book. But yeah, so that's my whip, where I was doing every flower in a different medium. Okay, so I've got a few Christmas pictures here. Some of them you will have seen already because they was just previously in my July finished pages. If you've not seen that video, I'll link that up there. But I did a few for Christmas in July. So this is from a Jade Summer PDF that I have, and it's just based in alcohol marker, and obviously lots of glitter around the border, but very simple, not exciting. But it's my little gingerbread. I didn't even bother putting it on proper paper. It's just photocopier paper. I did trim it for some reason. That's very organised of me. Usually I don't. But yeah, so that's just done in July. And this is another one that was just done in July. So this was from SUNLIFE. It was from, well, the actual picture is from Christmas Animal Quest, colour by numbers. But I actually got it from a PDF of their 40-page sampler book. So yeah, that was just a basic colour by numbers that I knocked out quickly for Christmas in July. And again, from that same book, though this is from their Christmas Mandalas colour by numbers, I just knocked out this quick one. Those were just, yeah, like little 5-minute, well no, okay, not 5 minutes. I'm not that fast. I could never be that fast. But you know, just quickly done in an hour. Now this one I actually did at Christmas, not this year because I was in a bit of a colouring funk. I completely skipped Christmas this year. So this was done in Christmas 2018. It's a picture, as you can see, by Mariola Budek on her Facebook page. I have a feeling, if you have a look, I think this picture is still available for download. If you go to her photos, you'll probably find it there. But yeah, this is, I really love this picture. I know she sells a PDF of animals kind of like this. I'm not a fan because I don't do portraits, so I don't really do her other style of pictures. I know she's got a lot of portraits and hair, but this style, love it. And it's so cute, and I'm so proud of this fur that I've done. I love him. Look, he's got his little furry butt. Oh, I'm so happy with him. Anyway, yeah, so I based him in alcohol marker, and then I used probably my marker Affines, because this is my card stock that I use, so it's quite smooth and it prefers the harder pencils, which I wanted to get, you know, like the strokes for the hair, for the fur I should say. And then I've just done my usual trick of key lines. I've done in glitter gel pen, gone over the black, and then I've just done his saddle and his bell, the same sort of thing with the key lines. Yeah. And then the next picture we have, it's another download. This one is a Bennett Klein one and was from his Facebook group, which he occasionally gives away free images. To be honest, I only joined the group because I wasn't... He has a very distinct type of illustration that I can never quite make up my mind if I like them or not, because they're quite quirky at times. So I joined his Facebook group to just get a feel for the artwork. Now, when he gives away a PDF, it's usually only for, I think, like a few days, so you need to be active in the group to see it. So I don't have that many of his PDFs because, to be honest, well, I think I'm still in the group. I'm not an active participant. But anyway, I happened across this one. It's his Christmas reindeer, and I do actually like this one of his images. So again, I've based this in alcohol marker. And then all the baubles I have done in glitter gel pen, as you do. And then just like some key line and stuff. And yeah, and I think I've done a little bit of pencil, but not a lot. Just a little bit to give it a bit of shading and, you know, some depth into these pine, you know, the fir tree, just to give it a bit more oomph. But I really haven't done a lot of pencil work on that. I think I did some in his ears as well, his fur. But yeah, it's a really cute picture. If yeah, I could. Bennett Klein, sometimes, you know, he has these weird octopuses growing out of people's heads and stuff like that. So yeah, I can never make up my mind whether I actually want to buy one of his books. But this picture I really like. So this picture is one of the 12 days of colouring Christmas. So every Christmas, Colouring Heaven sends you a free picture in your email. I think you don't have to be a subscriber. I think you just have to be a member of their email list. So yeah, their mailing list. So that's a good reason to get on that. I've done this all. I've just noticed a picture underneath. It's not a Christmas picture. I will put that back in the pile. So I've done this all miraculously. I've done this all in pencil, which is rare for me. But I wanted to go for a kind of muted, gentle look. Hence why my rabbits are really kind of, and my mouse as well, it's all very gentle colours, soft browns, little flicks. I think I did these with my Marco Raffines because they look a bit sketchy. I can see a bit of the tooth there, so you know, the Marco Raffines are okay, but I've not done this on my smooth paper for once. And yeah, so I remember I took ages doing all these bricks one by one, just fading it out into the corner. But I really like the end result. I love the end result. It's a Kanuku Agusa book. And I really need to get to do that Colouring Heaven book with all her artwork in. And one day I would like to get her, you know, her proper colouring books. I heard she's got a new one coming out as well. So I'll have to watch out for that. But, you know, I need too many books and not enough pictures coloured for me to justify getting her actual books. But yeah, I love this. So just pencil work, and then I've just got a little bit of glitter on like the bows and the trims, the pine cones and the Christmas balls, things like that. Yeah, and on the trim of his pocket. Yeah, really like that. That would have been, yeah, so Christmas 2018, because I didn't colour during Christmas 2019. Okay, next one is another freebie from a Facebook group. I'm ashamed to say I'm not an active member in this group. I thought I liked the artwork, and then I got this freebie from his group, and I really struggled to finish it. It took forever, and I don't know if it's because I didn't get on, because I felt I should, because he has really quirky artwork, and I thought, well, I'd like this really steampunky type girl. But I don't know, I couldn't get into it. And it's possible I don't know why I chose blue for her hair. I think that was a bad choice, and it kind of put me off the picture. But I've done all her wing feathers. They're all metallic. So I've done them all in metallic gel pen, blended it out. And all the cogs I've done in glitter gel pen. So she's quite shiny. Put in a black background, which I think, well, no, I've used a... something like a super tip for that, I think, because it's not alcohol based, but it is, I do remember painting it in. And then I've just done a little bit of pencil on her face and the like, put some glitter in her hair. That's just gel pen. But yeah, that took me, I mean, I finished it only recently, June 20, because I was having a bit of a bash on my whips. But I think that had been a whip for a good 18 months before that. So yeah, Chet Minton though, he's a really eclectic artist. I do like his quirky style, but I don't think I like colouring it, if that makes sense. I like looking at it, but I don't think I enjoy colouring it. But one day, I think he did give out another 1 or 2 free pictures, so maybe one day I'll give it another crack just to see if it was because I fell out of love with this particular picture. Yeah. So this is one that I've only literally just finished this week. It's a very simple picture. It's one that I'd done for Jamie's Colouring Love. She had a highlighter challenge. So basically this has all been done with highlighter pens. I had a 4-pack of Bics. If you've not seen them, I picked them up in my recent supply haul. But yes, so this is a colouring challenge, and this is a picture from Colouring Heaven. It's their subscriber perk, so if you subscribe to Colouring Heaven, then you do get a free image every month as well on the email of the artist, usually of the artist who is going to be in that month's issue. So this was Fabiana Treres, which I think was World of Princesses, which was, you know, quite a while ago. It was several months ago, that issue. But yeah, so she's all literally done in highlighter, because that was obviously the point of the challenge. Obviously it didn't bleed through either, but no shading, but there was little hints of grayscale in this, so I did cheat a little bit by going for grayscale. But yeah, I quite like her, to be honest, considering it's water based, so her skin is a little bit patchy. But yeah, expect to see this again in the August finished pages when I post that video. So the next one I have is a whip. This is, you'll probably recognise the style, maybe even if you don't recognise this particular picture. So this is a Kirby Rosanis picture. I think it's from Imagimorphia. I would have to check. Basically, I got this on a PDF. I do have it in the colouring book as well, but I took advantage of having it on the PDF because this is a double page spread in the colouring book, which means you have the fold going down the middle. And the reason it was on the PDF is I think it was a they was publicising one of his books, and same way as I got that freebie of the JOHANNA BASFORD picture, which was the first picture I'd done. This was all part of the PR, and there was a free version of this being given out. So I've started it in glitter gel pen. As you can see, I've not got very far. I don't know why, because I really love how it turned out. But basically, this is just, I've got bronze, a yellow and orange. And if you're wondering, because this is on this shiny card, if you've not seen my other big art supply haul that I did, I'll put that up in the corner. But basically, this was done with the Poundland, Poundland glitter gel pens. Now, if you're not in the UK, Poundland is basically a Dollar General equivalent, and you get a pack of 10 gel pens for £1. So it's super cheap. You know, you don't need expensive gel pens to pull out off special effects, because I love how this is blending. And I really must get back to this. This is a very well-travelled picture. I know I took this with me to Florida. I tend to print out single pictures to take with me on holiday, vacation, whatever, and that way if something happens and it gets damaged or lost, I don't mind. And also it's light. But I think there's actually been twice, and I did a bit on the plane both times. But yeah, must get back to this, must finish it, because I love how that is coming out. And this is another one that has well travelled, because this went to Florida with me as well. So this is another one that's done entirely in gel pens, the Poundland gel pens, because I didn't want to take any expensive items with me. So again, I just printed this out before I went, and it's all been coloured in with gel pens. Now this is a picture from a Creative Haven book. I think it's called Day of the Dead. Now I don't actually have that book, but if you are on Creative Haven's or Dover Publications mailing list, every Friday they will send you an email with a link that goes to like the books that they're highlighting for the week. And in those books, they give you a sampler. You can see a few of the pages, and you are able to download, it's usually like 4 or 5 images from each colouring book, just, you know, to try them out. So it's not, the Sugar Skulls are okay, but I'm not massively into them. I wouldn't buy the book of them, basically is what I'm saying. But I did download this one just so I could, you know, do it on holiday. So yeah, I finished that on, when did I finish that? Halloween, 31st to the 10th, 2018. So I actually did that while I was, I actually finished it while I was on holiday. Yeah. And another one from Creative Haven. So this is one of their freebie downloads from their Colour by Numbers books. This isn't, it's just copy, you know, printer paper. It's nothing special, and I just knocked it out quickly with my super tips, if I recall. I didn't go in with the intention of doing it super seriously. I just wanted to find out if I would enjoy the process and I'm still, to be honest, not completely made up my mind. I found out that I do like the pixel type colour by numbers, but I'm not sure if I really like these realistic-ish style pictures of colour by numbers. I don't know, I think it's just because I can see the number through the yellow. It puts me off. But I keep persevering. I have got a couple of colour by number books, but not any of the Creative Haven ones. One day I will try them out, because I do see some really cool pictures actually by the who is it, George Jufexis is the illustrator. I see a lot of people posting his pictures, so maybe one day I'll buy one of his. But for now, that's just my printed out Creative Haven colour by number. And one last one from Creative Haven. This is, I think it was from their steampunk fashion. Again, it's one of, I don't have the book, it's one of the freebies that they gave out. And I don't know, I've kind of fallen out of love with it. I think I made a mistake in making these feathers so bright. I mean, they're almost neon pink. And I think till then it was going okay-ish. I'm not sure. It's either the feathers or the skirt that's put me off with this brown. But I've kind of fallen out of love with this picture. I will eventually go back to do it. I do quite like how bright this is going around, and I do like her umbrella, but I don't know, maybe if I put a black background on it, it will change things up. But I've given her a black skull cap, so I would have to do something to outline that. And again, I've based most of it, or a lot of it, in alcohol marker, and then glitter gel pens for the rest. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get back to that. The next one then is going to be, this is a Jade summer book. It's from what's it called, Chibi Girls, Greyscale. So I actually own this on PDF. I'm actually considering buying the book though, because they've got a combined Chibi Girls 1 and 2, and this I've only got 1 on PDF. And when I looked, you can actually buy PDF 2 by itself, so I'll probably just buy the book in future, because I do want them other ones. But anyway, I digress. This is one I've printed off. As you can see, it's all been, for the most part, done in alcohol markers. And then I've just done a little bit of pencil over the top, not a lot. I've done a little bit on like the bits of the tree to bring in some shadows, a little bit on the curtains again for the shadows. But apart from that, there's not even any glitter on there, at least not any glitter that's supposed to be there. I can see where it's been in the folder with another glittery page. I've got some glitter that doesn't belong. But anyway, the only thing I've used on it really is a bit of white Posca. This is the first time I've tried doing this funny little stripe thing in the eye. Can't make up my mind whether I've actually pulled it off or not. It looks a bit weird to me, but I don't know. And also I've used it on her goggles. But I really liked how this one turned out. I had a funny little thing with her shorts. I couldn't make up my mind if she was hot pants, because she's got this line. I'm like, so are they stockings? But that looks like her knee. And she's got these frilly bits around her boots, which doesn't seem like that's her stockings. But anyway, I decided to do them as like shorts underneath her shorts. And have her knees out. Yeah, nice and straightforward. I do like these Greyscale images. So I did that in 20th of August 2018. And then the next one I've done is from the same book, so it's Chibi Girls Greyscale. For some reason, maybe I'd run out of paper, but I've only printed this out on regular printer paper, which is not like me at all. Not with these images, but yeah, all in alcohol marker, which is like fairly the norm. I did this the 18th of August 2019, so a year later after the first one. I don't know why, because I really like this book. And literally no pencil at all on this baby. I've used a little bit of white Posca on her eyes, a little bit of yellow Posca along her gun. But yeah, that is all alcohol marker. That's why I like these books and the Greyscale, because the Greyscale does all of the work. So they're great for a bit of mindless, cheerful colouring as well. There is such, I know she's holding a machine gun, but there's something quite cheerful about these little chibi girls. But I love her outfit as well, her purple trousers with her yellow coat. Yeah. And then I'll do both of these together because they are also both from the Chibi's same book. These are my whips. Oddly, I'm just doing them this month, so it seems August. I do every year in August. I have an urge for Chibis. Now I couldn't actually make up my mind which picture I was going to do. So as is my habit, I tend to maybe do like the face in alcohol marker, just to get that out of the way with, and then see what grabs me. So I've only done her face. This is the one that grabbed me. So she's in progress. I've only just based a little bit of her so far. I need to do all the wood and figure out ways to do these woods different colours as well, and the sky. But yeah, hopefully you will see this in the August finish pages. My little pirate Chibi. Again, she looks so cheerful. She's holding this big cutlass, ready to, you know, pirate a ship. Maybe chop someone's head off. But she's doing it with a smile. Another Jade Summer one from a PDF. Clearly, it didn't really grab me because I've literally done the 2 flowers just in pencil. Never gone back to it. Maybe I should. This is from their Mermaids book. I actually got this PDF for free. So it wasn't something well, at least at the time I wouldn't have bought this myself. Now I don't know, maybe I would give it a go. I should go back, give this another crack, but for now all I've done is these poor lonely little flowers. And then one last one again from Jade Summer that I have on PDF. I think the book is called Country Scenes or something like that, and I wanted to try out how my Faber-Castell Pit Artist brush pens would work on the smoother paper and how I would get them to blend. And they work really well. I love how this stonework has come out. And at the time, I wasn't overly happy with how the wood was coming out for some reason. I don't know why, because I look at it now and I love how it's like, I don't know, maybe I didn't like that it was a bit patchy, but now I'm like, yeah, no, that's a really good sort of textured effect. Trouble is, I didn't make a note of which colours I used for this wood, and I've still got this bit. On the bright side, it's like a little sticky out bit, so if I do get it wrong and, you know, either the wrong colours or I just forget how I did it, then at least it'll look like it's a little outhouse. But I would like to get back and do this because I really like the Pit Artist pens. But they're water-based, which means they streak. But if you're not familiar with them, they actually use, although they're water-based, they actually use India ink, which gives this really nice effect. Because this isn't a grayscale image. This is all just done with blending the 2 or 3 of the greys. Really nice effect. I like those pens a lot. I need to use them more. In fact, I am using them. I say that. Watch out, because after this video goes up, I'm going to be starting my first colour along, and it's going to be a grayscale image. Sorry for people who don't like grayscale. Don't worry, there'll be normal images behind it. But my first colour along I'm doing from the Colin Thompson's Busy World from Colouring Heaven, grayscale. So I'm just using the Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens for them, I've decided. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. The next couple of days that will start coming up on my channel. On to the next. I've just got this one. It's the one colour animal stencils from SUNLIFE Drawing. But when I got the book through, it was an Amazon. They have Amazon Create Space books, and they had white lines going through it, and also like the background was a bit patchy, so like this third would be light grey and then it would go and this part would be dark grey. I was like, do I care? And I was like, actually yes, I do care. Why should Amazon get away with poorly printed books? If I got a bad JOHANNA BASFORD book, I would never put up with that printing being all over the place. And like Secret Garden is the same price as one of these books, so yeah, so I sent it back. But before I did, because I wanted to do the flip through and I wanted to see what it was like, I actually photocopied this page from the book. So, and then I've taken a Sharpie to make the background black, and then I've just done that in two-tone glitter pen, because I hardly ever do a one colour stencil in one colour. I always like to have at least 2 because I just like a bit of contrast. And yeah, I like these. I'm not sure if it's meant to be this way or this way, like my yin and yang dolphins. But I really like how that turned out. It's a good book. I like books with black backgrounds. And then next we've got a Hannah Lynn picture. So I have most of Hannah Lynn's books on PDF rather than the Create Space ones. And so this was from Victorian Darlings. I did this, you would have seen this in my July finish pages as well, because I just did this last month. I'm a bit lame, but if any of you are Disney fans, Disney travel fans as opposed to just the movies, I'm a bit of a Disney geek. I actually did this, reminded me of Disney Cruise Line, because they have the yellow stripe and the red bow, and yeah, I should have put little Mickeys on the chimney, shouldn't I? But anyway, so I did her mainly in alcohol markers, as you can see, and I also did this for Whipping the Whips, which was Kate's colouring haven. She her hashtag on Instagram was Whipping the Whips, and I'd started this a good year and a half ago, so yeah, I did her with a little golden ticket. I've done that in gel pen. And I've used one of those big metallic markers for the water, because I have a love-hate relationship with them, because I do like them because they're kind of this metallic sheen, but they're also really patchy. But I'm finding that I like them for things like water, where I don't want it to be, you know, a flat colour. So yeah, my Hannah Lynn. And I've got another Hannah Lynn, which is clearly a whip. This is a well-travelled one. Basically, I just did the skin tone, and then I took it with me on holiday thinking that I would colour in, but it might be one of the things I colour in, but I never actually got around to colouring her. So at the moment all she's got is her skin, but I must get back to that, because it's not, you know, it's not a difficult picture. Most of it's sky. So yeah, I'll do both of these together because it's the same illustrator. So these pictures are by somebody called Miss Fluff. Now, somebody had the colouring book, and it seems to have set off a little bit of a craze, because I've seen this colouring book pop up with a few people. But I looked at it, and it was £15 for this colouring book. And whilst I'm not, well, I say I'm not averse to paying £15 for a colouring book, I think that's a lot of money for a colouring book, so I have to really like it. And I do really like these images. But the reason I didn't buy it in the end is because it's a Create Space book, and I kind of resent paying that much money for a Create Space book, no matter how good the art is. But anyway, I was like, oh, maybe it's Amazon just ripping off. So I went looking on the internet for her personal website to see if she, you know, sometimes you can buy directly from the artist, or maybe try and buy the PDF. And she didn't sell them, but so Amazon is the only place you can get it. But on her blog, she's been giving away these images due to COVID, I think. She's one of these goodwill things. They're full-size images. I've printed them up. Basically, I've collected together all the images that she gave away, and you can combine them into a PDF. So even though I downloaded them single, you combine them into a PDF, and then when I printed them out, I just did 2 to a page. So they're A5. Makes them a lot smaller to colour. As you can see, I've only done the skin tone on all of them, but I really love this style, this sort of burlesque 50s, or what is it, 50s pin-up style. So yeah, they're a whip. I didn't get a chance to, I did them last month, but I didn't get a chance to get any further with them. And then just one more, another one this is a freebie. Well, they're both freebies. In the same way that I downloaded Miss Fluff ones, Yam Puff, who you may be familiar with, she's got a few colouring books, but she is incredibly generous with how many free images she gives away. If you go to her website, I think it's yampuffstuff.com or something like that. I'll link it below. I'll link everything that I can in the description below for books and artists and whatever. But she gives away a lot of freebies. So I did the same. I downloaded some of the images that I liked. These are obviously a Disney kind of fan art. But I downloaded the images. They're A4 originally, but I've combined them all into a PDF and then just put 2 to a page. Because they're smaller. I mean, this is the size of my hand, so it means I have a chance of finishing them relatively quickly. I did start this last month and I'd hoped to finish at least one of them last month, and then I just run out of time. So hopefully we will get these girls, at least one of them, finished for August, and you'll see these again in my August finished pages. Yeah. And okay, so that's all of the PDFs now. So if you're not interested in the how to draw element of this video, see ya. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it so far. But now I'm going to just quickly, there's not that many, so probably take 5 minutes to get through these, but this is just what I've done from the How to Draw Inky Wonderlands. So if you're not familiar with this book, this is basically Johanna's book where she teaches you how to draw in her style. I couldn't draw, I cannot draw, I thought I could not draw. Clearly I can, so I take back everything I say, because Johanna basically says that everybody can draw. It's the same as learning to write. You just have to learn, you know, and practice and just try. And you try and try and try. You never learned how to write as a child in one day, so why do you expect to learn to draw? So anyway, basically none of the art that I've done I've actually done in the book. Johanna did do an online course. If you've not seen it, I think she's uploaded everything to YouTube now, or Facebook or YouTube. I'll find the links to it, but it was called Inky Art School, and you don't actually need the book to do Inky Art School. She gives you any downloadable files to use for the tutorials that she does, and then maybe if you like what you do in the Inky Art School, then you'll buy the book, which is what I did. So anyway, this is the first one that I did. So she teaches, this is the flower I did. She gives you a really basic how to do it in 5 steps. So we have the circle and the circle, then when it's grey, that's like from the previous step. So each step, the previous parts get greyed out, and this is the bit you're going to be doing in step 3. In step 4 we're doing the outside edge. So just to show, this is just normal printer paper, by the way. So that was my first try, which isn't too bad. I mean, it's a bit wobbly. It doesn't look anything like that, but it doesn't have to. You know, it doesn't have to be. You don't want to trace it. You want it just what feels right to you. And like, I guess being right-handed, it never felt right for me to do a petal up the top. But anyway, or maybe when she did it in the art school, she did it slightly different. But that was my first attempt, and then that was my second attempt. That was my third attempt. That was my fourth attempt, which got really big for some reason. And then that was my 5th attempt. So it might not be a work of art, and it might not be quite as good as hers, but this is my style. And even between doing 1 and 5, and doing 5 flowers is not a lot of practice. You can see the difference, just how it's more together. But you can see that one I did slightly different style with the curling petal, which I think I actually prefer. But that's the first one I did of that. Okay, so this was definitely from the Inky Art School. I can't remember, it's probably from one of the pages in this book, but I'm not sure which. And we basically went through, we did a flower, and she would have told us, as she's doing it in the book here, this is what she went through in the video. So we did a flower, and then we did a flower with a couple of leaves, and then through this, and then after that you draw a circle, and you take what you've learned from here. So you've got the flower, and you've got your leaves, and you've got your little flowers from here. So you see, you take all these little elements and you can put them into a garland. So that was the one that I did, I think, while the lesson was actually live. And then I thought, well, I'm going to give this another go in my own time when I'm not feeling particularly rushed to do it. And this was basically the same lesson, but version 2. Now, these are the same 5 flowers, but I've done this one twice because I stuffed that up. You can see I made a mess, and I was meant to do one of these curling leaves, petals. But yeah, literally just doing that. I mean, look at the difference between that, where I've been trying to do it like live, so I was rushed a bit. But then you see afterwards, and you think, oh, I'll put a curve in, and you do your bells. And it's, I swear, I did not go away and practice and practice and practice. Literally, it was just, you know, you just got to give it a go sometimes. So this is my garland again. But yeah, I love even like these little speckles and starburst type things. And also, I can't remember if she did that. I don't think she did. I think I might have like been a bit of a smarty pants and decided I would use these leaves. But if she did, even so, I'm really proud of how this turned out. I've done this Inky art school with leaves and stuff, and I was thinking I might actually try and put my name in some of Johanna's books, you know, on the type this book belongs to page. If I could pull that off with like my name and things, I might give it that a go. But yeah, so that's that. And I really, as I say, I really like this little garland. So in the art school, where was it? I just saw this picture there. So in the, oh, it's not actually the same. So basically, in the art school, she gives us this thing to print out and download and to do the art, you know, what we're going to learn our lessons on. So that's that. That's just a blank one that I had a double of. This is what we actually learned in the lesson. So you can see what I've done, what parts are me and what parts are from the original blank one. Slip that underneath there. Obviously I've added these drippy things. Now some of it you can quite clearly see is, you know, me being bad, not bad, but just like a bit clunky. But some of it, like I think like this bit looks quite natural, and the bee, I've never done a bee, but she gives you the tutorial on how to do a bee here, and also she did it in the Inky art school. I really like my bee, I love my bee. But and also like some of these they was on the previous pictures that I was doing, but obviously I've started to get the hang of this style of like flower as well. And I love this little daisy thing as well. So yeah, even a little lantern. I can't believe I've done this lantern that actually looks, you know, it's not amazing, but it does actually look like a lantern, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, and then this one that I've done, so this is one where I think I may actually scan this and try and colour this in. Now this one is from the book, the tutorial, but I didn't do this with Johanna. If I remember rightly, this was done by Emily, I'll try that again, Emily Illustrator. So she has a YouTube channel, and I think she was one of the people who got one of the early copies. Johanna sent out a sort of, I think it was like a little 20-page sampler of what was in the book. And so she did this sampler either from the book, or this was when the book was actually out. But I remember that it was like a 2-hour long video, because it was like a illustration and chat, it was like a live stream, and basically we all did this together, and I'm so happy with it. It was like, I'm amazed. I look at, oh, I don't know, maybe he shouldn't have legs, but then if he's looking from his side, anyway. But I look at this and I can't actually believe that I've done it, if that makes sense. It sounds crazy, I know, but I love it. Like these flowers, this flower, it's all, you know, and there's a couple of wobbly little bits, but in general, this is good enough for me to consider colouring in. I love it. So yeah, I did that on the 17th of September last year. And then I'll just do, this is just a quick, this is a whip. So this isn't from any tutorial. This was just me. I've done one of the flowers that is like a tutorial, obviously, one of these types of flowers with these petals, and how I've done the leaves and everything. And I was trying to make a mandala. at least I've started to do making a mandala, and then obviously I got sidetracked and couldn't be bothered. But that's not an actual tutorial from this book or anything, that's just taking individual elements and putting them in place. And then one last one, again it was just one of these little videos that Johanna did on how to do one of these sort of flower wreath things. Again, we're taking all the styles of flower that we've learned from the different tutorials, and then you just place them on this little wreath, and we've got little leaves as well. I'm super happy with them. It's a bit dark and quite bold and punchy, and that's because I messed up this. Something in the middle I remember I messed up, and by going over it, because I did it in like one of those little black ink pens, it made it dark. So I was like, oh well, I better make all the middles of the rest of things dark. And then after doing that, I was like, oh well, now the middles really stand out. So then I had to do some of the edges of the petals dark. It all built up, but I saved it. I think it's all right. And again, that's something that I think maybe one day I could scan in and actually colour it in. So that is everything. I'll get this original picture back because this is the picture that started it all. I still can't see. There we go. I can only tell by the caterpillar which way up it goes. I will remove that book as well. Let's just look at this. So that is everything that I have ever coloured. As I say, I've got a full playlist with all the previous parts to this series in. There's 5, so 6 parts including this one. Everything I've ever coloured in about 2 years. It's not masses, but you know, there's a few. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, because that helps the channel so much, especially at the moment because I'm still really new. And if you tell YouTube that you like it, then they know they should show it to other people, and then they will like it. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, do hit the button. If you hit the little bell, then you'll get a notification of any time I upload new videos. So thanks so much for watching. Take care, see you again soon, and bye for now.